Hey, what's up, guys? Jackson here with Toasty DIY, recording on the phone, so sorry if the quality's a little choppy, but I just wanted to get you guys a quick update of I guess you could call it Jackson's Garage V2. So, yeah, just moved recently and got this really nice and, for me, huge garage. So this is a 24 foot by 22 foot depth garage, which is plenty big for these small Datsuns to fit in, and also be able to actually work on a few cars. I had a Jeep in here last week that I was working on, and that fit pretty well. I still have my 4-post lift. I got pretty much everything moved over from my parents' house. And so the garage is, still a work in progress as of right now. I still got a lot to do, and that's why there's plywood and pieces of wood over there as well. But yeah, I'm super excited and really happy with how everything's turning out. I guess we'll talk about the structure first. Like I said, it's 24 foot wide by about 22 feet deep. Put two garage doors up in it recently. They actually had it as like a carport, so the whole entire front was open. So I had to go through and add the siding and the OSB and all that. So I got all that done. One of the first few times that I've done stuff like that, I built the shed a while ago and did decent at that, but haven't really done much since then. So it's definitely a little bit of a learning curve in trying to make sure that I did things, mostly proper. I didn't want to do anything that was against code or anything, but the actual garage, all the walls have actually been rebuilt, as you can see, but they did kind of cut some corners and they reused some of the old 2x4s. The roof is all actually original, or at least as original as I know it is. The rafters are all pretty old, and then they didn't even use, I guess it was before they commonly used OSB on roofs. It's actually just plywood. So there definitely is some soft spots and some sagging spots, and then there's actually been a couple spots replaced, and not well at all, more of just Band-Aids. And as you can see, you can actually see through there a little bit where I totally forgot this called, faucet or whatever it's called, where the sheets that go across the top, or the boards, but those have rotted off and need to be replaced. Really, I really have to just have the roof redone eventually, but it's a garage. It's a good start. And as far as the structure goes, it's pretty good. They got some reinforcements in the middle here since it has a gable and everything, so I'll eventually have all that redone. But yeah, if you haven't seen videos though of the two cars, 1978 280Z, and then this is the 1967 Datsun Roadster. So if you guys want to see videos of those, go check out the same channel you're seeing this on. You can find some videos of it. But yeah, so we'll just start off and make our way around. So over here we just have jack stands, the typical stuff you use to work on cars. I keep them close to the door because I often work on stuff outside if the weather's nice. All the cleaning stuff up here, and I actually have more. I really enjoy car detailing. It's actually something I thought about going into a long time ago. Obviously much past that now, into computers and other stuff now. Pressure washer, some extension cords, a creeper, that's one of them at least, and this is like all my assortment kits. I have a huge thing for assortment kits, not a sexual thing, but just assortment kits are amazing to me, and I love having them. I got one for everything, like O-rings and hose clamps, I have like tons of shrink wrap ones. I do a lot of electrical work, tons of electrical connectors. There's a chair that I need to fix. So it just completely broke off, so I just got to re-weld it. Here's a canopy. It's actually something that comes really in handy for working on cars outside. It's just a 10 by 10 foot one that you can get from Walmart for about $30. And it is amazing if you end up having to work in the rain, or you get stuck in the rain. This is really easy to throw up with one person. This is just all my air tools that I have. Well, most of them at least. I don't know where I'm actually kind of missing some. I don't know where they're at. Air tools, and then this is like one of the first boxes I ever got. My grandfather got this for me. It's just basically 1/4 inch, 3/8 and 1/2 inch, and then a bunch of screwdrivers up top. I kind of leave that over here because I don't really like having all my tools in the same spot. And the reason being is because if I'm working on something over here, sometimes it's nice, like let's say I'm changing brake calipers or something, or brake pads. It's nice just to be able to kind of go over here to here. Over here, I have a stainless steel table from the restaurant that I used to work at. I got that given to me a while back, and a nice stainless steel top. The bottom's galvanized, but stainless steel top, that's what's important, because I got a welder right there. So if I ever need to do any welding, I can just bring this stuff right over here to be able to weld it. Got a 9-inch, I believe it's 9-inch bandsaw, a bench grinder, forgot the name there. Bench grinder with a mild steel wire wheel and then a just medium abrasive pad. This is just like a Harbor Freight vise right there. I'd really like to get a big one eventually and put it over here as well. MIG welder, well, flux or MIG. I have it set up for flux right now, but I have a welding cart now, so I'd like to eventually switch it over to MIG because that's what I used to work with, and it's just so much better than flux. I really don't even weld things unless I absolutely have to with this, because I just know that flux is not, it's not good craftsman. But welding gloves and everything. I actually recently got this helmet as well. I just have it, keep it in the box right now, but this is the most expensive one you can get from Harbor Freight. It's like $150. Not saying Harbor Freight's good at all, but I do highly recommend this helmet. It's a really good helmet. Maybe do some research on it, see what you think. But I mean, it's Harbor Freight, and it's $150. That gives you an idea. I mean, it's the equivalent of about a $300 or $400 helmet from a name brand. So check it out if you'd like to. But a bunch of pegboard. This is just a 4x4 sheet I hung up with all kinds of tools. I like to leave certain things out just for easy access. All my wrenches are in order here. For some reason, I'm missing 13. We got adjustable wrenches, channel locks, and just a bunch of other tools that I'll often use, so I don't have to go into my box all the time. I kind of showed you guys a lot of this in the V1 tour, but as far as cool things goes, I have this in here. I mean, it's like a commemorative kit from the 80s that still has a plastic wrap over it. This is a Mac knife. There's a bunch of other cool old stuff in there. It's really all the drawer is. It's just kind of classic stuff that I think is cool, antiques and whatnot. Got a bunch of power tools down there. Probably one of the drawers I use the most here is just my socket and ratchet drawer. Got the snap-on ratchet. It's always nice to have a couple nice tools. And then, other than that, though, just other useful drawers. Nitpicks are always really good to have. Makita drills, that's my battery-powered tool of choice is Makita. I'm open to all brands, so I think they're all great. I just happen to start off with Makita, but I'm definitely not a Makita brand whore type person. Up here we have a Bluetooth speaker. Highly recommend this thing. This thing was like, I think $45 on Amazon. You can change the color of it and everything, but that subwoofer and the speakers, they're surprisingly loud, clear, and it packs a lot of bass. So yeah, highly recommend that. Bluetooth speakers came a long way from when I remember them starting to become a thing. Magnetic strips are always really nice to have just to hang stuff conveniently and easily. I guess to talk about the box, this is a snap-on box that is from the 70s, I believe, that I got a while back along with a bunch of other tools. I kind of bought it as like a estate or auction sale. This Craftsman box I think is from the 80s, but someone might correct me if I'm wrong. This one just has stuff that I don't really use as often, more sockets and stuff. Gear wrench set. This is really nice. I love having that. Torque wrenches. All that good stuff, vice grips, and some more, random wrenches and whatnot. Got an impact set up here that's deep well. Hex key set. It's always nice having propane and whatnot in case you have something that you need to heat up. This is a really good investment as well. Harbor Freight, I think under $10 for this. It comes with these little guys which come off. They're on like a little rail system. They're kind of finicky and it's not a very strong rail, but I mean, each one of these probably has almost 5 pounds worth of bolts and nuts in it. So definitely a good thing to have. And then this is also nice too. This is from Walmart, I believe. That probably wasn't much more than this. Just has little drawers. Kind of like a hobbyist set. It's good for, especially if you like sewing and stuff like that. It'd be good, but I just use it for nuts and bolts as well. This was left with the house, which is kind of exciting. I have some more tools up here. This was actually left with the house. I think that they screwed up, but it has the anti-slam doors, so that's kind of fun to play with. But right now I'm just keeping all my screws, actual building screws and nails for wood mainly, and there's also some self-tapping stuff. I really love this air compressor. This is a Cobalt 26 gallon, I believe, Quiet Tech one. It's $300 or $400, but it's been well worth the money for me. It has dual lines, so you can actually hook up 2 hoses at once. Really good and easy to use regulator, but it's 4.5 SCFM at 90 psi, and it goes up to 150 psi, 1.8 horsepower. It fills up from 0, I would say, in, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. I don't know if that's considered quick, but it feels pretty quick compared to other ones I've had. Harbor Freight drill press, really can't go wrong with that. It's like $40, I think, and I've yet to have a single issue with it. I mean, it honestly works great. Has a little light on the side. I replaced mine with an LED, which works a lot better. Bunch of hole saws. Harbor Freight shop press. You guys notice I probably have a lot of stuff from Harbor Freight, and that's just due to the fact that I'm not using this stuff every single day. It's more of hobbyist stuff for me, so I don't like to buy the most expensive thing I can, especially if stuff has good reviews. You know, I mean, I haven't had any issues with this, haven't had any issues with the drill press. Anything that I've named off that I've had from Harbor Freight here, I have not had an issue with, and that's just because I'm not using it every single day. Here's a really nice bench grinder. It's very quiet. But this one has a buffering and polishing wheel, and then brass wheel on the other side. Brass is really nice for working with things like aluminum and like stainless steel, things that you want to be delicate with. Dots and neon sign my girlfriend got me. That thing's freaking amazing. Try to keep that on when I can. I actually just picked up this workbench from the shop I used to work at. It had that really nasty like particle board top on it that was just soaked because it had been sitting outside for a long time. So I literally just bought a really nice thick piece of plywood and put that over it. The light was completely busted. The ballast in it had melted through the bottom of the light. So this is a new LED light. Paid $14 for that at Lowe's. And then the camera's like freaking out because of the light. But the pegboard I also just replaced because the old stuff was completely dry rotted out. And then this power brick, I have no clue if that works. I'm not even going to try it anytime soon. But here's how I found a convenient way to store a bunch of cans and stuff without even taking up any more room. You just put 2x4s in between the studs, and I don't know if that is appealing to anyone, but I definitely like it because it still gives me plenty of room to walk through without having to worry about having extra shelves. So that's really awesome. This lift here, I believe, is a Titan lift if I remember right. I really can't remember. This was actually a kind of like a deal where I did some work for a guy, and he ended up basically trading me the lift for it, which was freaking awesome. But yeah, this is I want to say it's 3 ton or 3.5 ton lift. I think it's a 7,000 pound lift. So it'll lift anything that I have, obviously, and it does not have an issue with it. Really awesome 4-post lift though, and it runs on 110, which is really nice. Have a cherry picker or engine hoist over there. I got this more recently. It's really nice to have too for draining stuff. I was getting annoyed putting my drain pan on top of like a bucket or something like that to try to drain stuff, and it splashes everywhere. 10-foot aluminum ladder. And a little step ladder over there. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, it feels amazing just having this type of space, and I'm really grateful for it. Oh, also, Harbor Freight, a little shop cart that was $34.99, I believe. This thing is also amazing. If you build it right, this is incredibly rugged too. I mean, this stuff does not come apart, and it shouldn't anyways. I mean, it's hard to mess up one of these. It's just an all-metal cart, so definitely does the trick though. And then I put some faux leather on the inside of there. I forgot I even did that. And then this is a freaking radar that I'm working on for someone, but yeah. And then I guess last I was talking about the garage door openers are really awesome too. They actually have Wi-Fi compatibility where you can basically get an app to be able to open them. But you can get these for around $130, I believe, and I think they're LiftMaster. No, they're Genie. Okay, they're Genie. But they're belt driven, which belt driven is really nice. And I just realized that one really needs to be adjusted. You see how far the belt's hanging down there? Belt driven is really nice though because it's incredibly quiet. Like it's insane just how quiet these doors are when you open them. Like you can't even hear it from outside. So that part's really nice as well. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this garage tour, the version 2, and hopefully I'll have some new ones eventually once we get some more stuff done too. But for now, like I said, I'm extremely happy with this. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.